episode of Bazaar Pe Charcha. Today we are going to discuss, of course, market from currency from next 15 days point of view, next month point of view, and we are going to discuss how it is placed at current level. But before discussion, this is the disclaimer from our side that whatever we are going to discuss is just for information purpose. Please do not consider anything, either index or stock, as a recommendation, and we are not having any positions or anything, any kind of exposure in any particular index or stocks. So as per O'Neill methodology, this is the current scenario of overall market, including all major sectors. So now see, in last 15 days, when I think 15 days back when we were discussing about market, almost all indices, including sectoral indices, were in either in correction or in under pressure. But now scenario has changed in last 15 days because of current up move happened in market, and almost all index, including Nifty, Sensex, everything is in confirmed uptrend. Only FMCG is in rally attempt. Excluding FMCG, all indices, sectoral indices, is in uptrend. Okay, so let's move on chart directly to discuss further technically how technically it is placed. So this is the Nifty 50 daily chart. So see, if you remember from the last so many months, we were consistently saying that market is now entered into major correction, and most probably it is ready to move toward 15,800 to 15,500 kinds of level. And same thing it is happened. Market fall around I think 15,700, and it rebounded from that level. Now it has in last week only, it has reclaimed 200 DMA. It has given this black color trend line breakout, and at the same time in this week it has reclaimed 50 DMA also, but it has failed to cross 50 DMA. At the same time, if you see the slope of this 50 DMA as well as 100 DMA, so see, slope of this 200 DMA is still in positive upward, but at the same time slope of this 50 DMA and 100 DMA is now in downward sloping, not fully downward sloping, but it is tilting in downward slope. Okay, so one observation is that slope of is now downward. Another is that is that this particular thing, this particular trend line, let me draw a trend line, this trend line. Okay, this trend line on closing basis on daily chart. So now it is from the last almost 1 week trading, 1 week 4-5 trading session, it is consolidating around this level as well as this downward sloping moving average. So that is why it is facing resistance around this. Another thing is that if I take this Fibonacci retracement of this entire fall of this 18,600 to 15,700. So if I take entire retracement of this level, this falls, so it is it has already, this Nifty has retraced almost 50%. So let me draw a retracement as well. So okay, this is the level. So it has retraced almost 50%. Okay, and it is facing resistance at 50% retracement level as well. So I can say, even last time when I was discussing in last webinar, so I have cleared one thing is that now first part of major correction has completed now. But so now from now onward, most probably market will remain either traded in sideways, and that range was quite broader, and that broader range was 15,500 in downside and 17,500 to 17,800 or 900 in upside, and still it is in that range only. So most probably I am expecting from coming 1 or 2 week perspective that this channel, this downward sloping channel, this particular channel, so market will remain traded in this downward sloping channel only, and upper band of downward sloping channel is 17,700 17,800 levels. So still there is a room for another 300, 400, 500 points. But I am not expecting it, at least at current level, I am not expecting major move will happen in coming 2 weeks at least, or 3 weeks. So most probably I'm expecting that market may accelerate further from here, maybe 200 points, maybe 300 points or 400 points, or maybe 500 points. I'm not denying for that. And my upper side limit is capped here, in my opinion at least. And upper side is around 17,700 or 17,800 or 17,900 maximum I'm expecting. But at the same time, to achieve that level, that 17,800 or 17,100, it must remain holding about 16,900 to 17,000. The day it will reach that 16,900 level, even in this week also it has retested 17,000. So that's why what I'm saying, this 16,900 to 17,100 point range is a very critical level. The day it will breach that level, I have that hope for touching 17,800, 17,900 is very minimal. So that is why it must hold above that level. And if it will remain holding above that level, most probably it will touch 17,700, 800 or 900 maximum in at least in next 1 or 2 weeks, in my opinion. Okay, so this is the levels. Once again, if it is crossed, it will breach 16,900 decisively. So further downside cannot be denied. And in such scenario, market will fall further around 16,000 levels or 16,200 levels in coming few weeks. But meanwhile, it looks like that it is not going to give up that 16,900, 17,000 levels so easily. So let's see how improvement will happen. Another thing is that it is not a matter of index only. If you see the stocks, actually components of Nifty 50, so there are various stocks, various sectors which are phenomenally doing good. Like in current scenario, you'll see Nifty Metal has given clear-cut breakout. Okay, Pharma is now started doing good. Reliance is also now given breakout on daily chart. So Reliance may also do well. Only problem is coming from banking sector. Even Bank Nifty is still underperforming. So let's discuss Bank Nifty as well. So we will get more clarity. Okay, so this is the daily chart of Bank Nifty. Okay, and here see, market Nifty has retested 200, reclaimed 200 DMA, comfortably trending about 200 DMA. But over here, if you see the daily chart of this Bank Nifty, if I draw a trend line on daily chart on closing basis, so it has not crossed this trend line as well here. Another thing is that it is still struggling to cross 200 DMA. Further, if you see the slope of this 200 DMA, so 200 DMA of slope of this 200 DMA is like flattened. So flat 200 DMA. So that is why I am expecting it will remain traded further in underperforming zone only. And most probably it will remain traded like this only, unless and until this Bank Nifty will not do well, because whatever rally happened in last 15 days or last 2-3 weeks, only because of Bank Nifty, because Bank Nifty is a major component apart from IT. So unless and until it will remain traded, it would be very difficult to get very good acceleration in Nifty. Okay, and that is why I am not expecting that much move in Nifty, because Bank Nifty is not doing well and it is facing resistance around this. But at the same time, the day it will cross this particular range, one trend line is this black color upward sloping trend line, another is this downward sloping trend line, as well as this 200 DMA. The day it will cross, I can say that now this Bank Nifty is also, the Bank Nifty may also outperform, and in such scenario, we will start rethinking about next further level in Nifty. But meanwhile, it looks like this only. Okay, so if I talk about level point of view, so this level is first is 200 DMA, that is currently placed around this 36,600, 36,700. So if it will cross and it will cross and remain holding trending over that, the next target would be around 38,200, 300. Once it will cross 38,200, 300, then only I would expect further upside move in banking segment, Bank Nifty. Otherwise, it will not. Most probably, it will remain traded in that trajectory, and that trajectory is 36,000 to 36,000 in downside and 38,200, 38,300 in upside. And further, the day it will breach that 30 level, that level is 35,900. I can say that it is clearly entered into sideways with negative bias. So overall, if I say in conclusion, in comparison of Nifty and Bank Nifty, so Nifty is well placed in compared to Nifty, at least from charting point of view, or daily chart point of view, or weekly chart point of view. Now, if I let's discuss another sector, and that sector is let's talk about auto. Okay, so in this current ongoing rally, it has formed bottom around 9,200. If you remember, from the last so many months, actually last 4 or 5 months, we were consistently saying that most probably it will correct up to 10,000. It has corrected up to 10,000. For earlier, we were saying that once it will cross 12,000, then we can say that it has entered into a fresh bull trend, or long-term bullish trend. But it failed. It failed so many times, or 3 times, or at least 3 times in last 6 months to cross 12,000 level and remain traded below that. And when we started correction, so our first level was 10,000, and if it will breach 10,000, then 9,200 was our level, previous level. So exactly it fall up to 9,200 around, and after that it has bounced back. So still I am not saying that it is out of the wood. It is still is in danger zone only. Even technically also, this index is trending below all key moving averages like 50 DMA or 200 DMA or 100 DMA. If I talk about momentum and everything on a higher time frame chart, let's talk about weekly chart. So weekly MACD is now, weekly MACD has breached is zero central line here over here, and with negative crossover. This RSI of this weekly auto index is also in not well placed at current level. So I'm not expecting that much at current level, but who knows how development will happen in next few weeks and days. But if I talk about level point of view, so I'm not expecting this auto index will cross at least at the 11,000 level in coming 1 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So I'm expecting 11,000 is 11,000 will play as a critical resistance level in upside, and it will remain traded below that. Once it will cross 11,000, then only I would expect that it is ready to move toward 12,000. And the day it will cross 12,000, then I can say that it has entered into uncharted territory. And after that, it will start moving it will start moving toward 15,000 for the next 1 or 2 years. But still, there is no scenario like this. Meanwhile, 11,000 is a critical level. Once it will cross and remain holding above 11,000, then only we would start thinking some positive way. Otherwise, it will remain traded volatile and choppy in the range of 10,000 to 11,000 for next 1 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks perspective. Okay. Another sector is let's talk Nifty FMCG. Okay, so this is the only sector is still in rally attempt as per O'Neill methodology of market direction. And another is that if I draw a trend line as well, so it has not given this trend line. So most probably now it is in rally attempt. So as per O'Neill methodology, the day it will gain more than 1.5% or around 1.7% with higher volume, it will give it will move into rally with confirmed uptrend. And technically also it must cross this at least this trend line. So most probably if I talk about level point of view, 36,800 is a level. The day it will cross and hold above 36,800, positivity will turn. But at the same time, 200 DMA is placed around 37,600. But that's need not required to worry about that. So most probably I can expect that the day it will cross 36,700, then next first target would be around at least 38,000. And after 38,000, I can say that confirmed uptrend has started. So as per O'Neill methodology, we are also waiting, and as per technically also we are waiting that to achieve all these levels. After achieving this level, I can say that it has entered into in confirmed uptrend. At the same, if further, if I draw a conclusion on the basis of weekly chart, so it is still trending below this downward sloping trend line with consistently lower top lower bottom formation. Okay, but here this blue line is a 100-week moving average. So it took support around 100-week moving average, and after that it is showing some acceleration in upward trajectory, excluding this particular week. So that is why another thing is that is purple line. Purple line is 100-week moving average, and that is placed around 37,200. So that is also a critical level. So in that way also, Nifty must cross and hold above 37,200 to gain further. Once it will cross and hold 37,200, so I can say that roughly it is ready to move toward at least 38,000. And once it will cross 38,000, 38,200 level, I can say that strong up move has started in this particular index. But if I analyze this momentum and everything, so weekly MACD is still trending in in downward sloping trend with negative crossover. RSI is also facing RSI is also trending below 50 level. So after considering all these factors, we need to cross these levels, and there should be some acceleration in momentum and everything. Then only we will draw a conclusion. And for that, we need at least another 1 week or 2 weeks to Nifty cross at least 38,000 levels to conclude to make a conclusion that now it has entered into clear-cut uptrend. So for that, whatever levels I have suggested over here, like 37,200 in upside, and then 38,000 is a critical level. Once it will cross and hold above that level, we would say that it will enter into down in bullish trend. Otherwise, it will remain traded in sideways only. So I have discussed almost 4 sectors. Now I am handing over this to Rahi. He will discuss few sectors. Then I will come back to once again.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I am stopping.
Please stop sharing your screen.
Okay, 1 minute. Stop. Okay.
So is my screen is visible to you?
Yes, yes, visible now.
So I would be talking about Nifty Metal sector. So this is the daily chart of Nifty Metal, and you can clearly see that the index has been in consolidation phase since October 18, 2021, and it was consistently forming lower bottom on various occasions. And actually it has hit its 200 DMA on 24th of February 2022. And from then very next day, that is 25th February onwards, it has started showing a great recovery and resilience. And now the index has actually surpassed its all hurdles and resistance, and now it is trading in the uncharted territory. So we can see in the chart itself that it is in the completely bullish trend. And if you look at, I think one date is missing, which is 24. So this is the Nifty Metal price that has been closed. So you can see on the chart here also on 24th. So how it looks like. So it is actually in the bullish trend, and there is no negativity as of now. And we can say that it has entered in long-term bullish trajectory. So the major participant like JSW Steel, Tata Steel, and Hindalco that we'll be talking about later. So if you look at the major participant of this particular index, then all are showing great move. So as of now, this index is in bullish trend, and our bias would be remain positive. And if any unusual thing that will be noticed or anything happens, then obviously we'll inform you, maybe in the form of report or in the webinar. So Nifty Metal. So now I will be talking about Nifty Media.
1 minute. About one thing is that, see, if I talk about Nifty Metal, so after almost 6 months of consolidation, the last so many months we are suggesting a level that was 6,000, 6,100 level. And from the last 6-7 months, we are consistently saying that once it will cross and hold about that this particular level, we can say that it has entered once again. It has entered into uncharted territory. So now it is trending above that level comfortably. Every indicators and everything is suggesting that now it has entered into uncharted territory. And in such scenario, if I conclude my opinion, so I am expecting that it once again it is ready to outperform our Indian equities, and most probably it has entered into long-term bullish trend once again. And in such scenario, I am expecting at least 8,000 to 8,500 levels in Nifty Metal Index, but obviously it is not going to achieve easily. So that is my at least 12 to 15 month kind of target. So I am expecting at least 8,000 to 8,500 kind of levels in Nifty Metal in the next 1 year or next 4 5 quarters, especially in short. Okay, right.
Okay. So next index will be Nifty IT. Yeah. So this is the daily chart of Nifty IT, and as we can see that the index is still trading in the consolidation zone only. But the great thing that has happened in this particular index, that after hitting its 200 DMA when it has breached, but on the next day onwards, that is on 25th of February, it has reclaimed it, and from then onwards it has actually started showing recovery, and we can say that buying interest is witnessed in this particular space. So as of now, the index is trading above its all moving averages, and it is actually here, it got trapped here actually from the past 2 weeks. We can say that it got trapped in a small consolidation zone again. So when this consolidation zone is passed, or when this index is trying to scale up above this consolidation zone, then again our sentiment will turn bullish in this particular index, and we can say that index might go upside towards 38,000 level. But once the index is trending near the support zone of 35,000 level, that might be risky, because once that support level is breached, then again the index can act volatile and some profit booking can happen. So we have to wait for this index to show some great move. Once this consolidation zone is passed, then only we can think of taking the fresh call. However, a stock specific action one can take if it is if they can find any stocks like that in this particular space, Nifty IT. Then, sorry, Nifty Media. So Nifty Media, as you have seen the market move because of G Entertainment, the index has done actually great move. The major participant is G Limited because of some specific news. So this is the daily chart of Nifty Media, and we can see that the index is actually, it has also recovered, or it has reversed its trend from 25th February onwards, and then it has started showing upside movement, and we have seen that buying interest has taken place. So as of now, the index is trending above its all moving averages, and if the index is trending and holding above its 2100 level, then there is no need of worry. But once this 2100 level is breached, then one should remain cautious while taking the position. But as of now, and the movement that it has shown, if you look at the chart, daily chart, so it has shown a great movement today, and I guess that some upward movement cannot be denied from this particular level. So I think it might move towards 2500 upside level. There is enough room to go towards 2500 level. Obviously it will not go in 1 day or 2 days. It will take some time, maybe in some days or in weeks. But yeah, just 1 second. Yeah. So the major stocks or the major components from this Nifty Media space, like G Entertainment, Network 18, if you talk about TV 18 broadcast, all those stocks are showing great move. So we are actually positive on this particular index. Again, Nifty Pharma. So Nifty Pharma, so this is the daily chart of Nifty Pharma, and again in this space as well. At March 7, in this month only, it has hit the low around 12,290, and then from next day onward, that is of 8th of March, the index has started showing recovery, or we can say that it has reversed its trend. Just one second. It has reversed in its trend and it has started moving upside. So currently the index is placed above its all key moving averages, and it is trending upward with positive bias. And the move that we have seen, that it has already we can say that 10 line breakout it has already shown, and we are expecting some more positivity in this particular index, and we are expecting some more buying interest in this particular index. So we are actually positive in this Nifty Pharma, and immediate support is placed in Nifty Pharma is around 13,500 to 13,400. So once the support level is breached, then obviously there can be profit booking and some volatility cannot be denied. So as of now, we are actually positive in this in Nifty Pharma. So Pawan, please take one or two more index.
So Nifty Realty.
Realty. Yeah.
So Nifty Realty, actually, it is from, if I talk about long-term point of view. So
I am actually. You have already shared your screen?
No, I have not shared.
Okay, I need to stop it then.
1 minute. So share.
I have stopped it.
One minute. Nifty Realty. Okay. So see, if we talk about Nifty Realty, so this is the weekly chart of Nifty Realty. One thing is that it is in now, it is trending in this particular range after almost 10-12 years of consolidation. Okay. And after this, after touching 550 560 level, there was major correction happened, and it has exactly corrected up to 38.2% of level, retracement level. If I draw this retracement from this to this, so it has retraced up to this, and that level in this particular level is around 38.2% level, and this level is a healthy correction level from long term perspective. So that is what I'm expecting. At current level is that now this particular index, the realty index, most probably at current scenario, it will not fall below 400, and now slowly and gradually it will start accelerating. So two things may happen now from coming 6-month perspective in Nifty Realty. First, it is not going to give up 400 so easily, okay, because this particular index is in bullish trend from long term perspective. Now another thing is that most probably slowly and gradually it will start building momentum. Okay, so 400 to roughly 500 kind of level, because this 490 to 500 is a critical level in upside. Once it will cross that 500 level, then only we would expect that now it is once again entering into clear cut bullish trend. Otherwise it will remain traded in sideways only. Meanwhile it is placed around 440. So 490 or 500 roughly is a critical level to watch in upside, and most probably I'm expecting it will remain traded in that particular zone for next few months actually. And once it will cross 500, then we will draw a conclusion that now it is once again it is entering into bullish trend. Then in such scenario, say 700 800 can lie 800 kind of level can be achievable this in Nifty Realty in next 1 or 2 years. But meanwhile such scenario is far away from here. So I'm expecting this slow and gradual move may happen up to 500 kind of level roughly, and downside it is not going to give up 400 so easily. Okay, first thing. Another thing, if I draw a conclusion on the basis of components of this reality index, so see, this brigade is looking quite attractive. Even DLF also started bouncing back from a critical level. If I talk about Godrej property, so Godrej property, if I draw conclusions, and Godrej property has corrected almost 50%, almost roughly 50% from top level 2600 to around 1300. So after considering all these factors, now one thing is clear, that major correction happened in this particular index. Now let's see how development will happen. Only problem is that this interest rate and everything, because generally rising interest rate scenario is quite negative for this particular space. If I exclude this particular thing, technically all other things are well placed. But let's see how development will happen. But in upside 500, in downside 400, I am expecting at least 3-4 months next. It will remain traded in this particular broad range only. Okay. So I think we have discussed almost all sectors. Now let's move toward query. So let's take first query. First query is so one question is Vishal is asking that which are the top 2 sectors to invest in for 1 year perspective. So in my opinion, first sector is metal. Metal is looking quite attractive from my side at least. Another is one thing is that this particular sector, like if someone is interested to do bottom fishing and everything, so one can focus in auto also a certain amount, but focus on that EV play only, like Tata Motor, Mahindra and Mahindra, and Hero Motor also now, because Hero Motor has already launched two-wheeler. So there can be some positive acceleration may happen in coming few months. Meanwhile, there is no such indication. But if someone is interested to do some bottom fishing in auto, so metal is clear cut uptrend. Second is auto, and another thing obviously technology is there. So IT is, one can focus in IT also. So IT is another one. Okay. Uh, Another thing is the how measure is how to identify which sector will perform for that day or that week. So see, it is a very difficult question to answer, but I can say two things, that there is some energy in any particular thing. If the energy is there, then obviously it is going, energy is two-way, positive energy or negative energy. So that happens in stock also or market also. So the positive energy means it will go upside, and negative energy means that it will go downside, or all these things will go downside. And to measure all these energy levels, I generally use two things roughly, or so two things is that I categorize in two part actually. One is internal energy or internal strength, or external energy or external strength. To measure the internal strength, I use RSI, relative strength index, and to measure external strength, I use relative strength chart. Relative strength chart with stock versus Nifty 50, stock versus MSCI 500, stock versus Nifty mid cap. So generally I do like this way, and on the basis of that, I of course I do other things also. But to know the momentum, these two are is the more quite fair enough to know the how the strength is developing, and on the basis of that we draw a conclusion that, of course, then top down analysis also matters, that how market is placed, how sector is placed, then how stocks is placed, then only we will take conclusion. But this is the roughly broadly things we can one can use to know the how development is happening in particular stock or sector or overall market. Okay, so let's talk. Sanjay is asking, dear team, I came across in another webinar of other professional teams. They are quoted the market would see the level of 15,000, 15,500 in coming months. Please share your opinion in this regard. So I don't know since how long you are with us, but we have already a few months back, or even 1 month back only. From the last 3-4 months, we are consistently saying major support is this 5,800 to 5,500 level. So it is already achieved. So meanwhile, it is very difficult to draw a conclusion that it will once again fall up to 15,500 or 15,000 level. and everyone is their own opinion. I don't want to comment anybody's opinion, but meanwhile, at least in my opinion, at least from next 1 or 2 week perspective, to be precise, at least next 2 week perspective, I am not expecting 15,000 or 15,500 levels. I have discussed all levels when I was discussing about Nifty and everything. Otherwise, I respect everybody's opinion and comments, and I don't want to comment on that. Rai, can you take few query, stop query, then I will discuss further thing.
Yeah, sure.
So
Which
should I
one
stop?
would
1 minute. Let me stop. Okay, I have stopped.
Okay. SRF Titan. Just 1 second. Yeah.
In between, Tanuj is asking about a WhatsApp and everything. So see, this TraderSmith has its short-term kind of strategy. That's why this WhatsApp or Telegram is needed, necessary. That's why we are using. And MSI has quite longer holding period. That is why generally it's not needed, or we do not have such plan for that, at least for coming few months. But of course, I will disseminate your message to our team. They will take care of it actually. Yes, right. Please continue.
Yeah. So one guy is asking about SRF. So this is the daily chart of SRF, and the stock is looking attractive, and it has already broke out actually with double bottom price formation, and there is no weakness as of now. So if you are already holding these stocks, I think you need to hold it again for some days, or for longer period of time. If you find any weakness, then you can have your exit. Sorry, you can have your exit price. But as of now, the stock is looking attractive, and if you are holding it, or even if you want to buy it, then it is the right time to buy this stock, SRF. Again, one is asking about Titan also. Titan, I think MSI has already added it, right?
Yes, yes.
So MSI has added Titan, and it has added when it got broke out. I think maybe on 21st of March, right? So 21st of, but after that, actually, it has just some profit booking. We can't say that it has failed breakout. It will be too early to say that. But as of the William O'Neill methodology, if the breakout fails, and then we should not wait for more than 8 to 10% of loss. We need to book the loss, and we can wait for another stock or for another entry point. But as of now, I don't think that the breakout has failed or something. But yeah, there is just one. If you'll see one day, just one day before 23rd, it has got only 0.8% loss, and then again 2.6% loss. So I think there is and support is also placed near about its 21 EMA as well. So I think there is no need of worry if you are holding the Titan as well.
Right. One thing I want to add about Titan.
Yeah, please.
From a mid to long term perspective, there is no need not to worry. We even from, if I talk about traders point of view, so we are also having this stock in our watch list, and we are waiting proper time or proper level to enter from swing trader perspective or TraderSmith perspective. So otherwise there is no problem at all. But of course, if it will be levels and everything, so nobody knows how development will happen in coming weeks. So otherwise, meanwhile, there is no problem at all after considering mid to long term perspective.
Yeah. So what do we do the next stock? Motherson. Motherson Sumi. Okay. So this is the daily chart of Motherson Sumi, and you can just look at the chart, and we can say that the stock is actually in the bearish trend, and it is in the bearish. It has already entered in the bearish zone long back, and still it is not showing any kind of upward movement. Yeah, but just 8th of March, it has actually hit the low, and it is too early to say that whether the bottom out has happened or not. So I don't think that it will be great idea to enter in those stock which is actually falling or which is in the bearish trajectory. So as of now, my recommendation will be to avoid it as of now. Yeah, of course, if there will be some great move or some bounce back or some 10 reversal happens, then obviously one can take the position in this. What will be the next? Jubilant. Yes. So yeah, this is the daily chart of Jubilant Ingrevia, and actually, yeah, there after hitting the bottom of 401, the stock has actually shown some recovery. But again, I think it has started deteriorating, and from past 4 days, actually, it is trading with negative bias, and on 21st of March, it has actually above average volume. So I don't think that it will be great to enter in those stocks which is actually in the stage of higher volatility. So I think you should wait and watch for these stocks, and if you see a proper bounce back or reversal of trend, then obviously you can grab the opportunity. Then FSL, Firstsource solution. Yes. Yeah, so after having a long consolidation, I think the stock has actually traded with some sideways move from past 1 month, we can say, and I think it has already reversed its trend, and it has gained around 6% intraday, and that also with above average volume. So that can be the entry point for this particular stock. But again, you need to be very careful with your stop loss, because it is like bottom fishing, and your stop loss you could maintain around 128 at 125 or 124 will be proper stop loss for this particular stock. Then Lumax, Hindalco, Rekha. So this is the daily chart of Hindalco, and actually the stock has already entered in the bullish zone, and it is trading with positive bias as well. It is trading above its all major moving averages, and yeah, so I think this stock is actually doing good, and it is looking attractive as well. So if someone wants to, actually already it has broke out, it has already broke out on 4th February, and from the breakout level, from the pivot level, it has already gained 20%. So it is a matter of time that how much enough space is there again for upside. So I think Pond would be in the better position to take this.
Which what
Hindalco.
Hindalco? 1 minute. Just open this chart. I will comment on
Yeah,
it.
chart is open.
So see, when I was discussing now about this metal, so I have already told you that it has entered into uncharted territory with strong bullish trend. So Hindalco is like that only. Meanwhile, SS there is no problem, and comparatively quite doing good. We have added in our portfolio as well. I think we have booked partial profit as well. Okay, so we have booked partial profit as well. Most probably, meanwhile, we are waiting for further acceleration in upside. Most probably, once it will cross the level of the 620 and start trending about that only, I would expect another 20 to 30 rupees move, 20 at least 20 rupees move in short term in next coming few days only. So overall structure is quite bullish. There is no problem at all. Even sectoral index is also supporting. Momentum is very strong in this particular stock, be it weekly, monthly, even quarterly. Momentum is also very strong in this particular space. So as such, there is no problem. But yes, from short term point of view, one can say that once it will cross level of 620, even if today it has closed around 600, not 600, 700, 620. Today it has closed around 620 only. So once it will cross 620 and remain traded above 620, at least 20 rupees upside move cannot be denied. And we are waiting for that only to monetize that move in this TraderSmith portfolio. Okay. Another query, there is a question from this Tanuj, and he is asking about maximum number of stocks to be hold. So see, Anu, generally we recommend to, from TraderSmith perspective, generally we recommend to take position in each and every recommendation given by us. First thing. Another is that we recommend equal weighted amount. So we generally recommend to take positions of 5% of total your portfolio value. So suppose if your portfolio is allocated capital for this TraderSmith is 20 lakhs, so the 5% of 20 lakhs comes to 1 lakh rupee. So we generally recommend to have 1 lakh rupee stock. Another thing is maximum number of stocks. So we generally try to have around 20 only, around 20 number of stocks. So you comment, meanwhile we are having around 24 or 25. So it is not like that. If you see the overall status, so almost more than 10 or 12, I think around 12 kind of stocks we have booked partial profit. Okay, so that comes to automatically comes to 50%, the 6 only. So meanwhile also even we are holding below 20 only. I am not denying for plus minus 1 or 2 stocks in very bullish kind of scenario, but generally 20 you can expect. So I would suggest to take position of like 5% of your total allocated capital for this TraderSmith. And for example, if your capital is 20 lakhs, so 5% of that 20 lakhs come to 1 lakh rupee. If your capital is 1 crore, then comes to 5 lakhs rupees. Your capital is 10 lakhs, then comes to 50,000 rupees. Okay, so it is like that. Another is that webinar of okay, I think we have discussed. So one interesting question is asking by this Vishal is asking about this infrastructure index and everything. So see, we have limitation and everything. We cannot cover everything in one and a half hour session. But yes, infrastructure, if I talk about, so why we do not discuss? Because infrastructure is nothing but combination of everything, combination of auto, combination of telecom, combination of energy, gas and everything. And if you discuss separately everything, so it need not require to discuss this infrastructure. But of course, your government, there is a huge spending, planning by government and everything. So if everything will do with it, do good, then infrastructure will also do good. And it is a thematic index, not sectoral index. It is a combination of everything. But if you need, so you can ask separate query. We will try to cover. Okay. Another thing is that question. Okay. Can you expect sharp correction in April? Anubhav is asking about this. So say meanwhile at current scenario, there is no clear-cut indication, but who knows what will happen next day. Suppose today night Russia will hit a nuclear missile on Ukraine, then obviously tomorrow we will find 10% gap down. We don't know. Same thing, something positive will happen, so another 2-3%, 4% or 5% can up 5% up who cannot be denied at the same time. But meanwhile, after considering current scenario, current factors and everything, after discounting whatever data is available in front of us, there is no such indication that sharp correction will happen in April, at least 1 week, next 1 or 2 week point of view. If development will happen in that way, of course we will get back to you, no doubt at all. Right, please take Coromandel.
Okay. Coromandel International. Okay.
So this particular stock belongs to fertilizer, if I am not wrong. Okay, and technically it is well placed. Meanwhile, after giving it has given breakout in last week around that breakout level was around 800, and after that it has given trend line breakout, downward sloping trend line breakout. It is a very big kind of breakout, I can say, on daily chart and weekly chart. And after breakout, it has retested to almost 860, 870 level, and after that it has entered into some correction, and now it is about to retest that level. So it is still trending above the level. Maybe it will it will hold above 800 level. I mean, today it has closed around 805. So it will manage, somehow it will manage to hold above 800 or 790. So I can say that this is this breakout is still valid, and most probably it is ready to move toward further. So just keep watching. Sustainable trading above 8,000. I cannot deny further move toward upside in 900 or 1,000 kind of level. And at the same time, space, this particular space is looking quite attractive. Stocks belongs to this particular space, is all other components or other stocks is really doing good in current scenario. So most probably it will remain traded in positive territory. But meanwhile, this 790 to 800 is a critical level to watch in this particular stock. Okay. Then CDSL.
Okay, I'm
Please take
yeah,
CDSL.
CDSL. I'm just trying to put the chart here. Yeah, please. Yeah, I've already placed the chart CDSL.
Yes, please discuss.
Okay, so this is the daily chart of CDSL, and we have seen that there has been a major profit by major buying interest has happened in this stock like CDSL, BSC, and even Angel One. So actually, the stock has actually recovered a lot from its after hitting or after bouncing back from its 200 EMA, and it has actually gained around 21% in just 5 days. But after that, we have seen that from past eight trading session, it is actually showing some sort of profit booking. But again, the support level is not reached here, which was placed around 1440 around. So I think again it has started showing bounce back from the support level. So I think if anyone who wants to take position in this particular stock, then they can go with the proper stop loss, and the stop loss you can place around 1440 or 1430 around. Yeah. Bajaj Finance may take. So this is the daily chart of Bajaj Finance, and actually the stock is struggling a lot to move above its resistance level, and the resistance is actually placed around 7,000 level, 7,000 mark. So once actually the stock is standing between 100 EMA and 200 EMA. So once that resistance is passed, or once the stock scales above its 7,000 level, then you can say that 7,100 and above, then and it is tending above that level and sustaining above that level, then we can say that maybe there can be a great upside move, and that can also bring the it can bring the stocks to the pivot level, which is actually 13% away as of now. So that entire gap of 13%, one can take the advantage of that if the stocks move above 7,100 level. Then Atul,
Filatex, right? There is a question regarding Filatex, and we have added today.
we have already added Filatex, right?
So someone is asking about that. So see, if I talk about Filatex now, so this in multi-time frame chart, it is showing very good momentum when weekly chart, monthly chart, and everything. Today we have added, I think, around 129, and it is closed around 0.7% loss. But that is a common phenomenon in market. Meanwhile, it is looking quite attractive. For short-term perspective, we have also mentioned stop loss and everything, looking quite attractive. There is no problem at all. Meanwhile, if something bad thing will happen, will then obviously we will take action in TraderSmith as well. Otherwise, looking quite attractive to buy this particular stock from short to mid-term perspective.
Would you like to talk about Dixon?
Okay.
Prashant is asking about that. Yeah.
So Dixon is still trending below 200 exponential moving average.
Ajit actually. Ajit was asking. Yeah, please.
No worries, no worries. So Dixon is still trending below 200 exponential moving average. So, and from the, if I discuss about last almost 3 month price action, so it is trending in the range of 45 40 45 4600 to 3900. So 20% kind of 600 700 kind of range. Meanwhile, it is not looking quite attractive, to frankly speaking, at current level. So I would suggest to wait and watch. Please do not, if someone has taken position, so one can, from the midterm perspective, one can stop loss is quite deeper from current level. But if someone has not taken, then one can wait and watch. At least once it will cross and hold about 200 DMA as well as trend line, then only we can draw conclusion that it is now. But after considering this quite bigger perspective, like weekly chart analysis and everything, momentum is now not suggesting to buy this particular stock. So it's better to wait and watch. Most probably momentum will turn once stock will cross this level of 4600. Once it will cross and clear this level of 4600 and start trending above that level, then only most probably momentum will support to buy this particular stock. So meanwhile, I would not suggest anybody to buy this stock, this Dixon at current level. Let's take Bajaj Finance, right?
I have just taken that one.
Yes, your favorite stock.
Yeah, yeah, I have already. Someone is asking about Atul. Okay, so this is the daily chart of Atul, and we can see that obviously some buying interest has happened, and after hitting the low on 7th March 2022, the stock has shown great recovery, and it has actually trying to move upside, and now it is trading above its all key moving averages as well. So I think I don't see much weaknesses. Yeah, still if you talk about from the perspective of O'Neill methodology, still it is 10% below the pivot level. But if one can buy for a short-term trend, then that it can be your entry point for this, and you have to maintain a stop loss, and that stop loss is actually placed around 9400. Would you like to talk about BSC? Ajit is asking about BSC.
Yes. So BSC major trend major action has happened in last week only. Yeah. Now it is consolidating, and most probably it will remain consolidation only. Now it is not a right time to buy. If someone is have already bought at this particular stock at a lower level, around 700 or 800 level, so one can book at least 50% profit and wait for further entry for 50% in downside. So this is not right time to enter in this particular index. Most probably next 1 or 2 week it will remain trading sideways only, with some sideways kind of move only. So I would not suggest anybody to buy at current level, because risk reward is also not in favor. After such kind of move happened in last 2-3 weeks, so now some consolidation may happen. Even slope of daily momentum is also changed in downward slope. In weekly RSI is also indicating that it will remain traded in sideways only. So I would not suggest, after considering all these factors, I am not denying for further upside move from here. It may gain toward at 1000 from here. Meanwhile, it is 930. So I am not denying that it will not go up to 1000 rupees. It may go up to 1000 rupees, but after considering lot of things and everything, I would not suggest anybody to enter or take this position. One thing is very clear, that if someone is holding this particular stock, so I would suggest at least book 50% profit at bounce back. Okay. And avoid for time being. If proper entry will be there, proper entry point will be there, then only take entry. It is not necessary to take positions in every stock in each and every scenario, and no one can do. Even Warren Buffett can also can't do, and we are very small people, so we can also can't do. We also can't do like that. Okay. So let's take few more queries. Then let's take Bharati Airtel, right?
Okay.
In between this, before discussing Bharati Airtel, someone Prasant has asked about this sugar stock, Balrampur Chini or Praj and every other thing. So see this sugar stock is well placed. If someone is able to manage risk and everything, so one can take entry, and otherwise it is a clear uptrend, no doubt at all. Lot of sugar stock is really doing good. So it is in well placed scenario. Even another, apart from sugar, paper stock is also now well placed, paper product and everything. If I talk about my personal opinion, though, there is a stock like Imami paper product. So Imami paper product, if I talk about, so Imami paper product is looking quite attractive. If someone is meanwhile, stop loss and everything is not in our favor. That is why we are ignoring this particular stock. but the current technical placement is looking quite attractive in this Imami paper product. So paper product stocks is also looking quite attractive. This sugar sugar stocks are also looking quite attractive in current level. But only problem is that managing the risk. If someone is able to manage the risk, then only I would advise to take position. If someone is not, then it's better to avoid. That's it. Now, Rai, please discuss Bharati.
Okay. So Bharti Airtel, this is the daily chart of Bharti Airtel, and it is actually, it has a actually found double bottom price formation, and it is trending below 6% to the pivot level. But one wants to take, anyone who wants to take the aggressive call in this particular index, then yeah, you can go with the proper stop loss, and with a small stop loss, I can say rather, and that stop loss is placed around 690. So if you can, if you buy it here, and I don't think actually that much a strong buying interest, it has not shown yet. Even the stock has closed on positive note, but if you look at the volume, it is actually lower, and it is below above average volume. So I don't think it will be a proper time to enter the stocks, but we have to wait and watch for the strong move, and then one can go and buy the stocks.
Actually, 730 is a critical level in this particular stock. Once it will clear this 730 level, we can say that it has entered into fresh bullish trend. It must cross 730 and hold above 730. Then more positive. This particular stock will attract more positive momentum. Unless and until it will remain traded in sideways, only 20-30 rupees here and there.
Arpana is asking about
even the daily chart of this particular Bharti Airtel is suggesting that buying indication. So if someone want to take aggressive entry in this particular stock, now one can take position around this level with stop loss below 685. So one can keep anything stop loss below 685 and can take aggressive entry. But most probably once it will clear this level of 730 and even holding above that level, I can say that fresh momentum will build up in this particular stock, and stock will be at that time stock would be ready to move further in upward trajectory.
Yeah, Arpana is asking about Indiamart. I'm just putting the chart. So
Arpana, I would advise to just in one sentence that please avoid at current level. Don't take any position in this particular stock. At least at current, after considering current factors and everything, don't take position. Don't try to do bottom fishing in this particular stock, because now structure of weekly chart, monthly chart is quite varies in this particular stock. So it's better to avoid. Another thing is, right?
yeah, Arpana is asking about Delta Corp for 3 to 6 months. She is actually holding it. Oh, not Arpana, I think it's Vishal.
No worry. Delta Corp. I would suggest to hold actually.
I'm just putting the chart.
Hold it. One can book at least partial profit around 350. Hold, and one can book partial profit around 350, 50% profit or anything like that. Otherwise, I would suggest to hold. Even someone is interested to take fresh position. So meanwhile, stop loss is not quite deep. If someone is interested to manage stop loss, because stop loss is now around 270, so below 270. So if someone want to buy, so then also one can take fresh entry. Only problem is that stop loss is around 12% around from this level. Otherwise, it is looking quite attractive. Delta Corp. Another one.
Century Ply.
Century Ply we have already added and booked partial profit. We are sitting on almost 15% profit. Even in MSI also they have added a Century Ply. Yesterday I think they have added. Today it has given a correction of 3%, but that is normal course of correction. Another thing is that after 2 days pattern, I can say that okay, now it will remain traded in sideways only for next few days perspective. Otherwise, if I talk about mid to long term perspective, it is in clear cut bullish trend with very good, very good strong momentum. So as such, from next 2-3 days or 5 days perspective, it will remain traded as 2-3% here and there. Otherwise, from mid to long term perspective, this particular stock is quite attractive. Another thing is that sector. Sector means this is related to uh, building, home renovation, building and everything related to construction work. And if you see the charts of all this basket, especially this wooden work and everything, green ply, green lamp, whatever stocks are listed on this now, almost all stocks are really doing good. And out of that, this century ply is phenomenally doing good. So SS, meanwhile, there is no problem at all in this stock, this particular stock. Now, next, I think let's take a last to one or two query, then we will wrap up this session.
Aarti Industry.
Aarti Industries.
Yeah. So this is the daily chart of Aarti Industry, and stock has actually hit the low at 782 on 7th March. And after that, from the next day onwards, it has actually reversed its trend, you can say, because volume is also with above average. And it has actually rallied till 21 to 200 DM, which is actually around 11%. And it has gained almost 11% in this small rally. But as of now, the stock is actually again trying to consolidate from the past 3 days, because last 4 days, that is on 21st of March, if you see the price when it has closed, it has hit the high at 935 and it has closed at 911. So after that, it is not trying to hit that high, or it is not trying to scale up above that level, and actually it is trying to move in the same range. So I think a strong buy can be only initiated when it surpassed the level of 100 DMA that is placed around 945. So 946 can be your entry point, and with a stop loss of around 900 or 890, you can say. Yeah.
One last question I would like to discuss from my side, because someone asked about Bata actually.
Bata, yeah.
If I talk about Bata now, so Bata is currently placed around 1915.
Just one second.
Bata.
Yeah.
1916. Okay. So Bata, as per O'Neill methodology, it is in the formation of double bottom formation. Sorry. Now it has reclaimed almost all key moving averages. Almost all key moving averages like 200, 100 is in flatten trajectory. So I am expecting that once it will, there is a resistance level of 1980 to 2000 level. So once it will cross 8,982 or roughly 2000 level, I can say, once it will clear the level of 2000, further upside will happen. So another thing is that there is a downward sloping trend line on daily chart also. That the downward sloping trend line is also placed in that range only. So roughly I can say that once it will cross level of 2000 rupees, then positive momentum, this stock will attract more positive momentum, and it would be ready to move further in upward trajectory. Okay. So I think we have discussed a lot of stocks and lot of general questions as well. But of course, we cannot cover everything. If someone queries we are not able to answer, then please don't feel bad. Please try to write us. Definitely, we will please ping us on Telegram, as well as you can write an email to us. We will definitely like to answer your all queries on email or either on Telegram channel. So thanks for connecting today's session. I would expect everyone to be remain safe and remain traded safely in stock market always, and with very good profit in market. Okay, thank you. Thanks once again.